Full disclaimer, I might know what I'm talking about. I could be a 320 captain for a carrier in Asia, or I could be just some crazy guy, unemployed, with too much time on their hands. So maybe first we should talk about the structure of a pilot's salary. Um, it's kind of hourly, it's kind of not hourly, it's a bit of both usually. I mean, I've had full just salary paid before. I've also had pure hourly rates. But I think for the most part, you'll find that within airlines, it's usually a combination of a guaranteed minimum pay and an hourly rate with some additional bonuses tacked on in the end. So, for example, in my current position, I have a base salary. So even if I don't fly, if I don't touch a plane, I'll still make $10,000 a month, which is great, right? I mean, I can just sit at home, do nothing, get paid. On the flip side, though, if I work 50 hours, I still get the same pay. My hourly rate doesn't kick in until 50. Now, some companies it might be 60, some companies might be 30, some companies might not be structured like this at all. But the point I'm trying to make is whether I fly 0 hours or I fly 50 hours, I get the same amount of money. Usually I'll fly upwards of 80, 90 hours, so that's when the hourly rate will kick in. And for my hourly rate, I'll get paid, X dollars per hour between 50 and 60 hours of flight. Then I'll get paid Y dollars per hour between 60 and 70 and so on. And so for the month, on a good month, I may get, 18, 19,000 a month before tax. Great, let's just quit our jobs, go be pilots, make tons of money. It's not so easy. I'll be honest with you, my first job was absolute garbage in terms of salary, making like 18 bucks an hour, which, okay, maybe that sounds good, right? It's actually not that bad. But you have to consider how much money is spent on the training. So that return on investment, the first job is terrible, absolute terrible. My second job after that was pure salary, 50,000 bucks a month. And in between those two jobs, I had actually lost the job because the country I was in was going through a military coup. So now from 50K, I take a first officer position in regional airline, making maybe 40, working very hard to get that 40K a year. It wasn't very fun. There were times I just sort of, I'm commuting. I don't have enough money to stay in a hotel, so I would just sleep at the airport, just get out of my uniform, get into some normal clothes, and find a corner. Found a couple of rats in the corner of the airport. It's not fun. Dark, dark, dark time. But from there, upgraded to captain, making first year captain rate, maybe 75, 70 a year. Okay, not bad, not bad. I don't have to sleep in the airport anymore. But, I have the choice now to go from this regional to a mainline carrier and take another pay cut. Yeah, no thanks. I didn't want to do that. So I gathered up the experience in the left-hand seat, the captain seat, and I went overseas. And that's where I am now. It wasn't an easy path. So to sum things up, I started making 18 bucks an hour instructing. Did that for a couple of years. Then after that, I went to the country I was born in, found a first officer position, but there was a political mess, so I left. Came back. While I was looking for a new job, went back to instructing. A couple months, found that captain position working in Northern Canada for 50K a year. Now we're 3-4 years into my career. Then after that, go to a regional airline, pay cut, 40K. From there, upgrade to captain, have a choice, go to mainline, one of the legacy carriers essentially, or go overseas. Didn't want to take the pay cut again. I'm too old for that. So I took a chance, went overseas. Here I am now, and there are so many ways I would have done it differently had I known better. And so there are many pros and cons of becoming a pilot. And money initially is actually a huge con. Um, I would almost recommend having your money up front for training. It'll save you a little bit as well, and it'll make the training go smoother. That way you can quickly move on and get a better paying job. In the long run, it does pay off. Not gonna lie, it allows me to live a really great lifestyle. Like next week, maybe I'll go to Okinawa for a couple of days. It only costs me 20 bucks round trip, so why not? So again, pros and cons. The very beginning, at least the experience I had was not the greatest, but now I'm in a situation where I absolutely love it. Wouldn't really want to do anything else. I might not really be a pilot.